cancellation from the Navy.
And California dreaming about the Reagan National Defense Forum.
I'm Aaron Mehta.
And I'm Lee Farron.
Welcome to The Breakout. Lee, we're going to start with the big news from the Navy Secretary. It dropped right before Thanksgiving, right ahead of all the turkey comas that we were going into. The Navy is kind of killing the Constellation-class frigate.
I mean, for the most part, they're already under construction with 2 ships, so they're going to keep those. But for the next 4, was it?
Yep.
They're going to cancel the construction of those ships, and they say make a strategic shift to other priorities. What those are, we don't know.
Yeah, now, Constellation-class has had some problems over the last couple of years. There's been requirements creep. There's been
years of delays.
And this is something that we started to hear rumors several months ago that the administration was at least considering maybe killing Constellation-class.
Well, President Trump had said on a radio show in January that he was frustrated with the design changes that happened, he said, under the last administration. So it's not totally surprising that maybe this comes under the chopping block, but still, it's a multi-billion-dollar program.
Yeah, this is a huge blow to Fincantieri, which is the shipyard that has it, although they're putting a strong face on it, or as strong as they can in this situation.
Right. They're saying that basically they expect the Navy to throw them new programs, whatever the Navy's going to do with all this money they're saving on the Constellation-class cancellation. They expect to be put into new ships that Fincantieri expects to have a hand in building. And the Navy has said Fincantieri is still a valued partner for the Navy, kind of suggesting they will throw some work that way.
Yeah, now it's important for the Navy to keep as many shipyards alive as possible. So the Navy has certainly a desire to make sure Fincantieri has work. Again, we don't know exactly what that looks like. There's 2 potential areas. The first one is unmanned systems. That's been in the works for years.
Huge push these days.
It goes back to the first Trump administration. I remember sitting down with then Secretary of Defense Mark Esper when he pitched a 500-ship, mostly unmanned Navy.
Right.
But the other one is this Golden Fleet idea that's
and especially the battleship portion of that.
Yeah.
This is a new class of ships envisioned by the Trump administration, much bigger than you'd expect a frigate to be, much more firepower. It's unclear beyond that really what this is going to shape up as, because we haven't seen, frankly, designs for what this would be.
Yeah, well, there's nothing official on this. This is based on reporting from us and other outlets, but it's certainly not something that the Navy has knocked down. So a lot of unknowns here. The big takeaway really is that Constellation-class, which was designed to be kind of a core part of the Navy's future capability, is simply going to be truncated. We've seen this with other Navy programs in the past where the big buys become just small buys instead and something new comes along. What that looks like remains to be seen.
Sure.
Obviously, we'll be staying on top of that. Moving from the water to the desert, stick around. We're going to talk about the Reagan National Defense Forum after this.
At Leonardo DRS, our agility helps bring the ability to dominate in any scenario, on any platform, helping our warfighters accomplish the mission and get home safely. Leonardo DRS, our agility, your advantage.
So Lee, every year something magical happens.
What's that?
Well, the entirety of the defense establishment in Washington just gets up and just plops down in Simi Valley, California.
Why California?
Well, it's the home of the Reagan Library, which is where the Reagan National Defense Forum is every year.
Of course.
So this is the big year-end event for defense. You're going to have industry leaders, you have Pentagon officials, members of Congress, all get up, go to California for basically 36 hours, have this event, and then everyone flies home. But it is a really good event, we found, in terms of access and talking to people and hearing, as the year winds up, what people are thinking about.
I'm not quite sure who's going to be there because all the formal list hasn't been revealed yet, and there are tight travel restrictions at the Pentagon. Not sure what defense officials will be there for certain, but someone caught your eye who's not even a defense official.
Yeah, so Russ Vought, who's the director of the Office of Management Budget, OMB, not the type of person you usually see at a defense conference.
Yeah, this is unusual.
But he's also the type of person who right now industry is dying to hear from. And that's because he has reportedly played a major role in decisions about defense spending and about the budget writ large. He's reportedly the one driving the fight over appropriations, whether Congress should or shouldn't have the rules to the ability to actually set appropriations. Reconciliation he's played a big part in. So this is somebody who, industry in particular, but honestly I think everyone, including members of Congress, are dying to hear from. So that's going to be a really interesting, in addition to the usual group of defense leaders who we see there.
Certainly.
All right, so we'll have a team there. Ash Roki, who is our Pentagon correspondent, Valerie Sinders, congressional reporter, are going to both be there. We'll also have videos and stories obviously going up. It's on a Saturday. I know it's everyone's weekend. It's still worth tuning in.
Nothing else to do. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to The Breakout to get us delivered directly to you.
Do you know we're on podcasts?
I love podcasts.
Yeah, we're on podcasts. Search for us on your favorite podcasting platform.
I'm Aaron Mehta.
And I'm Lee Farron.
Thanks for watching.